Good morning, I'm Maria from the Richardson's Homeschool Life. Today I'm going to be talking about this book, Key Stage 3 German, the complete revision and practice book. If you remember, I showed you that we were doing the workbook. It was a CGP one, German workbook with the study guide. That was great, that worked really well and they worked together beautifully. And we were using, I have to whisper the word or she'll go off, Alexa, for pronunciation and things like that. So that worked great, that was brilliant. When we got to like the vowels and all the nouns, pronouns, whatever they're all called at the end of the book to string things together, she did get a bit confused, but I thought, well, no worries. We're going to do the review book anyway, the practice revision and practice book, and it starts at the beginning again and goes through it all again. So we were happy to do that, and I think I've given you a quick look at it, because what I did tell you was that you could download the audio guide, and I thought, oh, that would be brilliant, because we can get, or what I thought we could get was like, as you went through, if I can lift it, as we went through everything, it would just go through each section with you and tell you, you know, how to pronounce them, which we knew anyway, because obviously we've been using Alexa. And yeah, but I thought, well, it'll be better when we come to sentences and all the things that she was getting a bit stuck on, it'll pronounce it all and she'll be able to listen to it and repeat it and reverse it and do it again if she needed to, rewind, whatever they call it. So I thought that would be really good, and I thought we'd get for this book. Well, this book is like in sections, as opposed to the other one I showed you. It would be like a double study page, and then you'd have the corresponding workbook to go over with it. Your answers are in there, and like I said, we would get the pronunciation, everything from you know where. And we worked through it like that. But this one is in like bigger modules, so it just keeps going on. Different things, dates, numbers, day, night, and that. And then it got to the vocab and tester. So I thought, well, it's difficult, this is. I haven't got my table today because Sian's got it. Let me turn you around a bit so you can see a bit better. Yeah, so we've got all like questions on that page, what she'd gone through. And then I thought it was a double page. Oh no, it's just a 2 on there. Well, it's like a test and then it goes through more again, and that's what it was doing anyway. But what I thought, well, it would, the vocabulary side of it will speak everything you're learning and then use it for the tester. Well, this is what I found. If my tablet hasn't run out of battery life. I went on it to have a look what the vocabulary was like. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to swing you around so you can see my tablet, and I'll show you how it was. I'll see if I can get it in the light first. I have to get the light right because I'm in a different room. I'll just swing you around. Right, so this is it on my tablet. You can see it's the exact same book. And what it says to do, there's the tracks there. So you can download each track, and when it gets to the end of that track, it goes on to the next one. So you can download all of them or just download the current one. So let me just play it to you if I've got my volume on. I play games on my tablet, so I haven't always got my volume on, or Dean moans about the noise. But let me see if I can play it. And you can hear. Oh, I'm not doing anything. Seem to be no sound now. Hang on a minute. Has it gone? Oh, the sound took itself down again.
Sehr gut, danke.
I just have a listen. Can you hear that?
Wie geht es Ihnen, Frau Hoffmann? Sehr gut, danke.
B. Guten Morgen, Anton.
Hallo, Anton.
Hallo. Darf ich euch meine Freundin Maria vorstellen? Guten Morgen, Anton.
Hallo, Anton.
Hallo. Darf ich euch meine Freundin Maria vorstellen? C.
Soll ich spülen?
Ja, danke schön, Susanne.
Soll ich spülen?
Ja, danke schön, Susanne.
That's how it goes on, really. Don't need to listen to all of it. But that was section 1. So it was nothing at all about telling you how to pronounce everything. It wasn't talking, there was no English to it at all. I've been through all of the articles on it, all the different study sections, as it calls it, on it. And there's nothing at all to do with going through these, because that's what I thought. It would talk you through them, tell you how to pronounce them, and maybe tell you a little bit of something about them further on in the book anyway, when you were putting things into sentences. But it's nothing. So I tried to work out then what it must be to do with, because as you could hear, it was, well, we missed the A because my volume went back down, but it goes A, B, C. So I thought it's answering the questions then. So let's go to the questions. So as you can see, the first section is about numbers, time, days. So then you go to the tester for it all. So I thought it must be that. But it doesn't correspond at all, because there's no A, B's or C's. It started off 1, 2 and 3, and then it goes into clocks. And they were, if you noticed, they were saying something like hello Anton or something. They could make that out what they're saying. So it was a greetings thing. And section 1 hasn't done greetings, and that's section 1. I tried with section 2, wondering have they mixed it all up, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Totally not to do with it at all. Even in the questions, like here in the second part, it's got like days of the week, and I'm going swimming, which I don't know why, because it's not mentioned swimming or sentences in there. Even there, it didn't correspond with it on the next page, and I kept doing it, and it was really puzzling me. I thought, this doesn't make an ounce of sense. And then when it goes on to part 2, it's asking questions. Well, that sounds more like it's asking questions. But nothing matches up to the book. I can't find nothing to match up to it. And as you could see, it distinctly showed you the picture of the book. It told you the name of the book. And it's definitely this book, most definitely. But it doesn't match up. So I don't know if any of you have ever used this book and had the audio. I mean, does anybody know anything about it? If you do, could you just tell me about it in the comments down below, please? I'd love to know how to work it out, but it doesn't correspond, and that put Sian off straight away then. So what I did do then, I went on to another site, and I thought, well, I wanted to do something now till the end of the summer term. She wanted to keep doing German, so I thought I'll see if I can find something I can print off. Well, I looked on Twinkle. They've got some really nice things, but you've got to pay for it all. In fact, I've looked on it so much, they've sent me an offer. But I don't really want to take the offer up yet, because I know with using a lot of the Key Stage 3 workbooks at the moment, I probably won't get enough of my money's worth out of it. It's not worth it. I'd rather wait till they've finished and then sort of use it to supplement or just test little things that she likes and doesn't like. I'd rather use it then. So I haven't taken the offer up. But yeah, anyway, they've got some German things on there, but I had to pay for them all. So I thought there must be something free somewhere. So I had a look around on Google, and I did find some things. So I'll just show you what I found for her. So yeah, like I say, I found some worksheets. I had to rush off and find them. I forgot to bring them in with me. So yeah, I went on to Google. I had a Google around to see for some free German worksheets, and I thought I was looking for something just a bit fun to do and easy, and in case she decides to drop it anyway. I didn't know. But I found this site called wordmint.com. I've had to write it down so I know what it was. Wordmint.com. And they had some brilliant sheets on there. I mean, they do other languages and things. I didn't go into everything that they did. I just found these worksheets, printed them out. So there they are. Didn't cost nothing. So we've got some word searches. That was German greetings and They're all words that she'll know and be able to find. And I thought what she can do as well, once she finds them, does a word search, can either write on the back of something the meaning of each word so she can translate it, because as you can see there's no English on there, it's all in German. So I thought it might be nice if she just translated it. That would be good. Done another one, German, I don't know what CH1 vocab is, and again different words. So I've tried to find word searches, they've got quite a lot of them, but some of them had similar words into them, but I was trying to find some that had a varied assortment of words, but words that I know that she'd have come across before. I also found some crosswords. Now she's only recently started doing crosswords, but they're basically quite easy. If she does get stuck, she can use a translation guide to help her. But they're just fun things to do, and they're keeping her practicing a German. Got some more there. Every time I'm holding this up, my camera's flashing, so I'm sorry if I'm going a bit dark. I'm just trying for you to see the words a bit. I've got some big ones. See, they've got smaller ones and then bigger ones. So, like children of all abilities would be able to do them if you're just starting off, or if you want something a bit meatier, there's like these bigger ones. So I've done like a bit of a mixture for her, really. And the same with the crosswords, that looks a little bit meatier than what she's used to, but we have a go together. And there's one that's a little bit easier. So that's what I've printed off, really, just a mixture of these crosswords. Oh, see, now there's a nice easy one, quite nice and straightforward, nice to start on. And another one there, that's all numbers, which she'll do because she can do her numbers. So yeah, just crosswords and word searches, really. I thought that would be nice for her to do. I've got quite a few sheets, as you can see. So if we can just take her up to the summer, when she breaks up for the summer, if it takes her up to then, and then we can see then in August when we decide what curriculum we're going to do. Well, we devise our own curriculum, what we're going to do. Then we'll see if she wants to take languages on, and if she does, I'll have a look around what else there is out there that she can learn. I mean, she might be just better with if I go on Amazon and just get an ordinary book and a disc or something like that, and then she could just play it in her own disc player when she wants to, as well as during lessons. I don't know, I just see what's like that. I mean, if any of you know any good tools or anything like that that she could use, just let me know in the comments down below, because everything's worth a go, as long as it don't cost too much money. It's not that I'm tight, it's just that, you know, it don't cost too much. Times are hard. But yeah, that was the thing. I thought I'd show you about that book in case any of you had got the book and knew about this audio, what it actually was referring to, or if you was thinking of getting the book, just to warn you what it was like. So I don't think we'll be doing that book unless anybody has got any clues, or I discover what the audio is talking about, then you know, we won't be doing it. Although I suppose, having said that, you don't necessarily need the audio. You could probably just answer the questions like we did with the other one. We just answered the questions that were relevant. I mean, maybe we could go through that. I don't know. I get the impression she's a bit put off by it, or whether she wants to do it, but I think it's a bit, you know, boggles her down a bit, so I don't know. That's why I got some simpler things. She'd probably be happy doing that. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so that's the German. That's the issues we've been having with that. The next homeschooling item, we finished a book. We finished it last week, The Explorer. So I thought I'd give you a quick review on that. If you like exploring adventures, then yes, it's okay. Me and Sian had a discussion this time. When we finished the book, we decided we'd have a discussion about the book, so I can tell you what she thought about it as well. And we've both come to the same thing, really. The book doesn't tell you how 4 children were in a light aircraft and managed to crash in the Amazon jungle. How they'd all got together, where they were all going, it doesn't tell you. Absolutely no idea. It seems two of the children were either coming from or going to a boarding school, but the other two children didn't know them, so they obviously weren't from the same place, and some of them weren't from the same country. So we don't know. It leaves it a mystery. It just seems that they'd crashed and they got this adventure to find the way out of the jungle. But they discovered a man who's just known as the Explorer, who was didn't like children at first, and he was deliberately living in the jungle. He came from, I don't know, it doesn't say exactly where he came from, but it sounded like he might have been a famous explorer who would have gone missing, but he wasn't actually missing. He knew he wasn't. He just wanted to get out of the rat race, out of life, and live in this jungle for whatever reasons. But anyway, they have these adventures and he shows them how to get by. That's not before they've done a bit of exploring on their own. Yeah, in the end they do get away because this explorer just so happens to have been hiding an aeroplane and they get back with that, which again, I think the author, who was the author? Catherine Rundell. The ending was rushed. She'd rushed the ending because it was like they went away on this plane, they landed in a field, they set fire to the plane because the explorer asked them to burn it because he didn't want nobody to discover it and knew that he'd still been alive, because obviously if the plane was intact they'd have a good idea he was still alive. So they burned it, and the fire attracted villagers in this Brazilian field. And the next thing you know, because this boy, one of the boys got bit by an ant, a giant ant, and that's why they had to get out of there. He had so long to get to hospital or he was going to die. And they dithered around for a little while he'd got this ant bite and would have been dying. And then it just said that he'd been rushed to the hospital, gone to the hospital, and he got better, or I'm not even sure if it mentioned he got better. And then next thing they were on a boat, and the next thing they were getting off the boat, which sounds like it might have been England, I'm not sure, because it doesn't actually say. And people were there to meet them, and meet all of them. So it sounded like it was ages, this journey, and getting back again. And the people had met them, the family members or what have you, met them off the boats. I mean, why the family members, as soon as they found them, hadn't flown out to where they were, I don't know. But then again, having said that, I got the impression that the storyline was set in sort of, I don't know, the Titanic era, sort of early 1900s, because it talks about nannies and things like that. I know people have nannies today, but it was just the impression I got from it. So maybe then they wouldn't have just gone on a plane and flown out like we would today. They'd have waited at home, probably had a telegram that they were safe and well, something. But anyway, they all got off the same boat and were all met by their family members or what have you. But yet two of these children had come from somewhere else. It didn't make sense. The whole thing was rushed at the end. You think, hey, what? Where are we now? What's happening? So the storyline in the middle was good, but really the beginning needed better explanation, and the ending shouldn't have been finished, shouldn't have been rushed so much. It could have easily gone on for another 2, maybe 3 at the most chapters, just to have tied it all up. I mean, like when they took the plane and they flew it, I was expecting like a bit of danger or a bit of moments, you know, gripping your seat and a couple of close misses. But no, one minute they were taking off, the next minute they'd landed. So for saying they were having this adventure, it missed out what could have been more adventure of them flying this plane, this boy. So yeah, it was all right for a younger reader who likes like a bit of an adventure, but isn't going to ask a lot of questions. Well, what were they doing there? And, you know, what happened at the end? They didn't tell us about the plane journey and didn't tell us, you know, what happened. So they just summed it all up in a quick chapter. So yeah, but it was okay. Would read something like that again. Me and Sian both said no. But it was all right if you're younger and you like exploring. Sian, they'd done this at school and I can't remember if she said it was year 5, I think she said. They'd started reading The Explorer, but they hadn't finished it, which is why she wanted the book to see what happened next. So I'm not sure why they were teaching them about it. I don't think it could have been literacy, because they know the ending and the beginning left a lot to be desired. Well, it left it to your own imagination, I think. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, on to the new book. What we're going to be starting today, actually, because Sian's working in the room. Where have I put it? So we're going to be doing another favourite, Jacqueline Wilson, Candy Floss. Actually, Jacqueline Wilson had actually written a review for The Explorer. She said a very exciting adventure story. I loved it. Polite. So yes, Jacqueline Wilson, Candy Floss. It's about a girl's mum and her husband moving to Australia. So it sounds like a mum, the girl, Floss, lives with her mum and her new husband, and they were on about going to Australia, but her dad lives in the country wherever they live. This country, eating chip butty, so it's got to be England. So yeah, and then it's a bit of a story about that. So we've not read any of it yet. I don't really know anything about it. So when we do get to the end of it, we'll do like we always do and give you a review on what we thought about it. So yeah, that's that. We'll let you know about that one, how it goes. So that's it for this week. Nothing exciting to report on's been happening. We've just been out doing a bit of gardening and things like that. Things have grown nicely, so we've been planting things out. Just been to the garden centre and got some bits and pieces. Been bank holiday, so we've been chilling. We've actually been sorting out tubs of Lego. Sian got a great big massive tub full of Lego. Now, a lot of it's proper Lego, official Lego. I can't talk today. Lego, but some of it is what I call artificial Lego. So it's like similar but not made by Lego. So yeah, we've been sorting all of that out because it's been under Sian's cupboard for years now, and she's never taken it out, never played with it. She's got proper Lego sets, Disney ones, dinosaur ones and things like that, but they're all in the loft in boxes. And she used to collect Lego Friends, but they were all boxed up and gone in the loft. But this is like a big tub of miscellaneous Lego. You know how you buy all the odd bits and that and chuck them in a tub so kids can just play with them, build anything. So that's what it was. So there is a house in there somewhere as well that's got to be built, but we're sorting through it and it's going to take ages. We've got a couple of bags of different little Lego Friends smalls at the minute sorted. And then when I've got Lego left, I'm going to just sell it, I think. Put it on eBay and sell it all, because it's just not been played with in years and she doesn't want it. So I thought that's what we do with it. So we've been sorting that out. In fact, yesterday was an all day sorting it. The dining table's covered in Lego, and we've only managed to sort a couple of little sets, because there are little small sets in them, these mini sets. And also there's some like blocks, you know, Wilco's did well, it's not called Lego, but it's exactly identical to Lego, but they call theirs blocks. And there's a few sets of that in there, so I thought, well, if I could find them out and just build them together, because there's like tractors and police speedboats and things. Yeah, Sian liked all things like that. And so I thought we'd get them all together and just sell that as a bundle. So we're working on that. That's going to take another week to sort out yet. We're doing some projects at the moment, which I won't tell you about just yet, but we are working on some projects at the moment as well. So we've been doing a lot of planning over the weekend and whatnot, but I'll tell you that at a later date when I've got more information on it and know a bit more where it's heading. So yeah, that's it for this weekend. Everything's going fine. Nothing to worry about this weekend. We've not had no worrying episodes from anybody. All children and expectant babies are doing well. Everything's going great. So yeah, we've had a pretty good weekend. So I hope you guys all had a very good weekend, bank holiday. And of course we'll have another one coming up soon. Time flies, doesn't it? So anyway, we're going to leave it at that for now. I didn't get a homestead video out last Friday. I was busy running around doing things, and before I knew it, time had passed. And I do have difficulties with that as well, because the summer's coming and all the neighbours are out and there's a lot of noise. So unless I get out really early, which I can't always do, then it's very difficult to get one. So I'm working on ways around that where I can produce video without all the sound. I might just do talkovers, or I might just do some talking like I'm talking to you now, and then just go out and film the relevant clip to what I'm saying. And I don't know, I'll just have to mix and match it a bit and see what I think is best way of doing it. Sometimes it'll be all right to just go out, but as the weather's getting better and the days are longer, it's going to be harder to go out there and do filming, because we are in an urban area and surrounded by houses. All right, if I'm in a little house in the middle of nowhere and I've barely got anybody around me, it's great then. But as it is, you know, I've got to battle with everybody else. So yeah, we'll see what we can do that. So I didn't get a video out on that last week, but if you do watch the garden homestead, I should have one out for this Friday. Not quite sure how I'm presenting it yet, like I say, but one way or another there should be one out this Friday. So that's it for now, and either I'll see you on Friday if you do follow the garden homestead. If you don't, I shall see you next Tuesday. So until then, take care of yourselves. Bye.